yeah, this movie and novel are about a 17-year-old outcast who happens to be telekinetic, and at home he's abused and just kind of not tormented, but he's basically abused by her religious fanatic mother, who loves her daughter and takes care of her the way she thinks is right, but obviously isn't necessarily right. Um, and and at school she's always tormented by her peers, and all she wants to do is just fit in and be accepted. And there's an incident that happens in the beginning of the story, and as it progresses, she eventually starts to just get more in touch with her telekinesis, and happens to be invited to the prom, not knowing there's a prank awaiting for her, and yeah, you have to see where it goes from there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the 1976 film. I loved everything about it, like from the cast to how it was written and directed, and the cinematography and the effects. Even though it's an older film, I think for a 70s film, the effects were top notch. And the fact that they didn't have that much money, so yeah, they did the best they could with it, and I thought it worked well. Now with this interpretation, I was really excited because I like Chloe Grace Moretz, and I thought she was an interesting choice for Carrie White. And I wasn't too sure about that at first because I like her, but I just didn't know, because first off she was 15 and the role is 17. But Chloe Grace Moretz was able to pull off the embodiment of Carrie, the basic embodiment of Carrie. I don't think she was better than Sissy Spacek. It's not better or worse. It's just different. That's how I describe this interpretation. Despite the 76 and 2013 version being similar as films, there's still obviously different eras, and just one and like how they go about doing the movies. The filmmakers, it's all like kind of a different approach. So yeah, as much as you can kind of compare both movies, you can't. Like you can, but you can't in a way. They're like oranges and apples almost. But yeah, so like me again liking all the aspects of the other one. How I like this one, I don't love this one, and I don't think it's great, but I really really liked it. I was really entertained, and I thought it was good, and I would definitely see it again, and I would definitely like to own it. Now, to get more specific about the cast, Julianne Moore, again, I didn't think any of the actors that were portraying these like iconic roles that were already done by the ones in the 70s film, and just how we know them through the book, which I haven't read yet. I thought the new cast did fine. I liked Julianne Moore as Margaret White. I felt she was more disturbed, but I wasn't as frightened of her as I was of Piper Laurie, and that's what my friend said as well. And with Chloe Grace Moretz as Carrie, again, she pulled off the embodiment of Carrie. Like, you felt she was his character, but I didn't. But when it came to like the prom scene and like her getting her revenge back, and some of the scenes, I didn't feel as bad for Chloe as I did for Sissy. And I don't know if that was because Sissy like was wimpier than Chloe was, but I liked some of Chloe's acting, like her acting styles to Carrie a little more than Sissy's. So I like Sissy and Chloe's again. Like I just like their interpretations a little differently. I like some things more than the other in both cases, and I really liked Gabriella Wilde as Sue Snell. She was again I like she was a good Sue to me. Like he looked like a Sue, a good new one. And Portia Doubleday really was good at being a bitch. This was this is the second movie I've seen her in. I saw her in Youth Were Involved, and she was very different in that movie. But yeah, and the script again, it's a lot like the other one. So I think it's just a good modern retelling. Like it's good, like it's a good Carrie set for the present day. That's how I pretty much describe this movie.